Welcome to episode 37 of the Dragon Master campaign. I am your Dungeon Master, Harrison Weiss. So we're going to pick up from after you guys solved the Shadow Temple puzzle, and you've received the Berk Stone from inside of the Berk Stone. It was a Kyber crystal, in fact. And then the door drops, and a black urn that's radiating or an orange glow from the cracks possesses you guys, and we got insight into Loaf's vision of the past, where he saw his mother, and then what we can only assume is Bazine bust into the door and take his bride in order to save the mother and the child. At that point, Loaf's body went limp, and he appears dead on the floor. Yori and Art, their eyes turn back forward, and they see Loaf, who appears to be dead on the floor.
Art's definitely gonna freak out.
I'm gonna run over and start checking him, I guess.
Yeah, Art's definitely gonna run over and try to hold his head and slap him a little bit, try to wake him up.
He does not wake up, and as you start to feel for his pulse has stopped.
His pulse has stopped.
He does not have a pulse. He appears to be dead.
Oh crap. Okay.
I'm
Yori, we got to do something. I don't know what to do at this point. He's dead. What do we do?
I'm gonna grab him and cast Spare the Dying on him. Just see if it has any noticeable effects.
There are no noticeable effects. His soul appears to no longer be in the body. He's not responding to it.
Okay.
Yori, what if we get out Ampharos, see if you can shock him back to life?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Uh,
We got to do something. We can't just let him die.
Yeah.
Squee agrees.
Oh, Squeak.
Yeah, we gotta save him. We gotta save him.
You said there's an orange glow coming from the urn?
Yes, it's a black urn with an orange glow coming from between the cracks.
Okay. Can I go over
Ember
and
glows.
look at it and kind of touch it?
As you approach, it starts to gain like some swirling mist that starts to come out of it, but it doesn't seem to attack you as you approach it.
Okay. I'll pick it up and look at it. Do I need to investigate?
Nope, here is the Urn of Takeo. As you bring it towards Art and Loaf, the mist starts to swirl more aggressively, and you have the sense that if you brought this thing towards Art, that Art would go back into a bad state of being again.
Okay.
Back into a bed?
Yeah, so all three of you had your eyes turned back in your head and have visions of the past. And that would happen again if he brought it towards you.
Oh.
I think I know a way to get Loaf back.
You know a way to get Loaf back?
Yes.
My final wish ring.
Oh God. Oh no.
The Final Wish Ring. Artifact. The Final Wish Ring cannot be removed once placed upon a finger. While worn, if your soul is placed into its final rest, the ring will call out to your soul and grant you one fading wish. You gain an effect equal to casting the wish spell. Then the Final Wish Ring shatters.
No.
That's a
Harrison. Harrison.
Yeah, what?
Harrison. Did you hear what he said?
I did hear what he said. I don't think that's the approach that we want to take at this moment. Let's continue what we were doing, but that's in the back of our minds as an option later.
Yeah, okay. I forgot about that.
If he doesn't get it, that must mean he's not actually dead.
True.
So that's a win.
Oh, I don't think you'd give me the Dark and Dagger.
No, you can't have Dark and Dagger.
Okay. I unsheath my cutlass and stab myself. What?
Okay, in this moment, Yori has now stabbed himself with his cutlass, and his body falls over limp as well.
Art runs over and grabs him. Yori, what are you doing? I don't understand.
I'm gonna look at him and just say, just trust me on this. I know what I'm doing.
Scree, what do we do? I don't understand what's happening. Do you know what this thing is?
I have no idea what that is. I don't know what's going on either. And I think that's the end of your episode.
Oh, I'm done.
I think you're done for the night, and we're going to pick up with just the two of them. So Yori has died, and you wake up just like before in the middle of a forest in front of a castle where it's pouring rain just directly onto your face. You see a white horse outside of the castle, and I believe Yori goes ahead and approaches the castle just like before, and walks in and begins to look for Death.
Yep, definitely.
Is there a certain way that you call out for him?
No, because I don't know what he prefers to be called, but I'd just be calling out, just like literally yelling like, hey, 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 and just like banging on stuff.
So you bang on some stuff. Pretty quickly, he appears directly behind you and says,
"Welcome back to the Death Realm, my warlock.
Where is he?
Loaf is getting prepared for his soul to be reaped."
It's not his time. He was helping me. We were going to bring you back. It's not his time.
Do you think this Loaf would be of any assistance to you?
I mean, yeah.
His weak and feeble mind.
He's definitely not weak. He's helped a ton. He helped me win that boxing match.
Let's put this to the test. Let's place him through a challenge.
and he kind of gestures for you to walk behind him, and you two walk to the back wall, and you look into a window, and you see Loaf walking into a large room.
Okay.
Here he will be tested, and we'll see if he's truly worthy to be one of us.
One of us? Oh, that's cool.
Loaf is now going to have to defeat several oncoming waves of enemies. And all you can do at the moment is watch through the window with Death. Hey, Will. Just you and me now.
Hello. So wait, is Yori, I guess, gone now? Is his part over?
His part is over.
Okay. So it's not going to be both of us. I guess I only see you and myself in the chat, so. Okay,
Yep.
Yeah, let's get going.
Okay, so at this moment, you wake up in the middle of a large room. The room is about 100 feet by 100 feet, and you are in the center of the room. You're lying down, and you kind of startle awake. As you look around the room, the key things that you see are a dining room table set in the back right corner. You see lots of bones all around the room. You see a fireplace in the back left corner, and then you see a staircase on the south side of the room with 2 dragon heads on either side. At the top of the staircase is a locked door. About 20 feet off the ground, there are several windows on the north side, but outside of that, there's nothing in the room. Do you want to go ahead and roll investigation?
14.
With a 14, you find a dead carcass of a bergmite in one of the piles of bones, and then you hear a large laugh.
Your challenge has begun.
And in that moment, 3 shadows crawl out of the ground in the upper left side of the room, and they walk towards you aggressively. So let's go ahead and roll for initiative.
11.
7. You have everything on your person that you had on your person when you died in the Shadow Temple. The only thing that you don't have on you is your dragon inside of your Dragon Ball. Your Dragon Ball is empty.
Okay.
So at this point, you have the first turn of the initiative. What would you like to do with your initiative? These 3 shadows, they look like little puppets, little monsters of shadow. If you are familiar with Kingdom Hearts, they look like little Heartless.
Okay. So, gotcha. Just so I'm aware as well, you said that stairway's blocked off. There's like a door in front of it, or it's locked or something like that?
Yes. There's a door at the top of the stairs, and it appears locked.
Okay, I was just wondering. Let me see, what do I want to use? I guess I'm going to use... How close am I to them?
You're about 40 feet away.
Can I use hypnotic pattern on them? Actually, no. I'm going to run at an angle. That's not going to work. I'm going to use hypnotic pattern. I'm just going to drop it right in the middle of them. Basically, it has a 30-foot radius, essentially. You create a twisting pattern of colors that weaves through the air inside a 30-foot cube within range. The pattern appears for a moment and vanishes. Each creature in the area who sees the pattern must take a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed by the spell, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0.
Incapacitated, which means that they can't attack.
Yes.
How long are they charmed?
The spell ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage or if someone else uses an action to shake the creature out of its stupor.
Okay. All 3 of the shadows fail. So they've all been entranced by your light.
Okay. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm going to... trying to find what I want. So that's a 3rd level spell too, and I don't want to waste it on there if there's going to be more.
Was that a spell slot?
That was 1 spell slot, yes.
Okay.
Was there anything around that... I can't really escape. You said the door is locked, so that's kind of annoying.
Yeah, the door does appear locked. You have the sense that you're currently in the death realm. That you are fighting off death.
All right, well, I'm going to just do a firebolt then. I'm just going to throw a firebolt.
Okay.
You hurl a mode of fire at a creature or object within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target on a hit. The target takes 1d10 damage. When you reach level 5, it's 2d10, so I guess it's 2d10. So I'm going to just fire the guy in the direct center.
Okay.
Since he's dazed, do I roll with advantage?
Yeah, advantage works.
I rolled 18 the first time, so I'm going to just go with that.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
14.
With a 14, your firebolt hits the shadow creature, and the shadow creature just dissipates.
Cool.
That was 2 actions, right? That was 2 different turns.
Yeah, that was 2 turns worth. Yeah. Yep.
You successfully destroy the middle shadow. On their actions, they can't move, they can't act, so then it passes back to you.
Let me look at my spell slots, because I just want to... because those are still pertinent, even in my death world, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just fire another can. I guess I'll just...
So you want to go ahead and firebolt the other 2, one after the other?
Yep, I'll do that.
You use another firebolt, and you knock out one of the other shadows, and then while the other shadow is still incapacitated, it can't move, you launch another firebolt at it, and you successfully take it down as well, and you clear the room of the shadows, and the voice from above says,
Round 2.
And at this point, more shadows spawn. One shadow spawns directly behind you, and the other 2 shadows spawn much more widespread through the room rather than all bunched up together.
Aw, man.
Let's go ahead and roll for initiative again.
All right. Just to also ask, since I woke up in Death Realm, do I start off with the max health that I currently have of 32?
Yes.
Okay, which is amazing,
Yep.
but, I'm a wizard. 12.
I rolled a 14.
Okay.
So the first shadow walks up behind you and scratches you. It's an 18 to hit.
That hits.
4 damage.
Okay.
The shadow from the north runs directly at you, reaches you, and scratches you as well. It's a 22 to hit.
That hits.
And it deals 2 damage.
All right.
The shadow on your left is going to walk up to a wall and then perform the hide action. And I have the hide stealth number, and we'll roll to see if we can beat it if you want to look for it later.
Sure.
It is now your turn.
What do I want to do?
So at the moment, there's a shadow who's hidden in the wall, and then there's 2 shadows right on your 6 and your 12.
For the ones that are right up to me, I guess I'm just going to use Shadow Blade.
Okay.
So it's a level 2 illusion spell. I weave together threads of shadow to create a sword of solidified gloom in my hand. Go figure, in a dying realm. This magic sword lasts until the spell ends. It counts as a simple melee weapon, which I'm proficient. It deals 2d8 psychic damage on a hit and has the finesse, light, and thrown properties. In addition, when you use the sword to attack target that is in a dim or light or darkness, you make the attack roll with advantage. Is it a dark
Nice.
realm? So
Yes.
I'm assuming. Cool. And if you drop the weapon or throw it, it dissipates at the end of the turn thereafter. While the spell persists, you use a bonus action to cause the sword to reappear in your hand.
That's sweet.
Yeah, so it's pretty badass. So
Yep.
I'm just going to, since it says weave together threads of shadows to create a sword of gloom in my hand, I guess I'll do that. Yeah, so what I do is I kind of like reach my hand up in like the air and like raise it up, kind of like if I'm like reaching out to something like into the sky. And I'm just like, Spirit Sword! I don't know if you know the reference, you don't. But then like suddenly my Shadow Blade like comes down and lands in my hand. So then I kind of like look behind and so are they on both sides of me?
Yes, they're on your 12 and your 6.
Can I try to do like a spinning attack where I like spin around? Like I just kind of grab it and just spin like horizontally. Just I know it sounds kind of silly,
I'm fine
but
with
I
that.
go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make the attack roll.
And I get the advantage, right? So I'll do that.
Yes.
Good advantage. All right, I got a 16 on the second roll.
With the 16, you hit the first shadow. Go ahead and roll damage for it.
All right. So let's see, 2d8s. 10.
10 damage. That is enough to kill the shadow. The shadow dissipates entirely. And by the time you swing your sword all the way around to the other one flattens directly into the ground and dodges the attack.
Oh, dang. All right. Could I step away, I guess?
It just reacted once, so it can't react again. So you're actually safe from opportunities.
All right, so I'm just going to hop back a little bit, maybe like 10 feet or so.
Perfect. The shadow monster chases after you. It reaches you and rolls a 3 to hit. That does not hit. The other shadow is going to move across the wall to the far right side of the wall, and it's going to pass to you.
Okay, but I can't see that it moved because it was in stealth the whole time. So
yes, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's hidden.
So it can move without me noticing, is what you're stating?
Yes.
Okay. In that time frame, because I had a concentration, has a minute passed, can I use my blade again as a bonus action to slash at him?
I think you still have your blade, right? Because it lasts for a minute. It's only been 6 seconds.
Cool. So I'm going to swing it at him again. So I'll roll to see if I hit. 15 was the high number.
Okay. 15 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
8 damage. Wasn't a very good roll, but whatever.
8 damage is enough for the shadow to dissipate.
All right. Can I use my bonus action to like look and see if I can spot it, or is that not it? Yep.
I don't think it's the bonus action, but you can definitely look for the shadow.
Sure. Because he's still hidden. 11.
11 does not reveal the shadow.
Okay.
You don't see the shadow. And then on the shadow's turn, he comes out of the wall directly to your right, and he jumps out at you with advantage because of surprise. 17 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
Deals 6 damage to you.
All right.
And then it is your turn.
I'm still guessing that whole minute hasn't passed yet, right? So can I
Correct. It's
attack?
only been 12 seconds.
Cool. So I'm going to swing my sword at him again. So I'll roll again with advantage. My highest number was 14.
With a 14, you hit. Just go ahead and roll damage.
That was actually a good roll. 11 damage.
11 damage is enough to kill the shadow. The shadow dissipates.
I start huffing. I'm just like, geez, this is a pain. Where am I?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Here is your third round.
What, really?
Another shadow spawns. It's a much bigger shadow. It looks almost humanoid. As it seeps out of the ground, you start to hear a very soft tone that sounds almost like a music box. And it begins to play in the background as you fight. And let's go ahead and roll for initiative here.
2.
It rolled a 9. So this larger shadow is going to gesture outward and bring forth a skeleton from the ground. It is an archer skeleton. It would be able to attack, but it actively chooses not to attack you. Then the large shadow is going to approach you slightly and then pass its turn. So you have a large shadow here, and then to its left you have a small skeleton archer that is made from a pile of bones, and it looks like it should have shot you, but it chose not to.
Gotcha. I'm going to run close to the little... because I still have the Shadow Blade, maybe for just a little longer, or where am I at now after the whole introduction of the...
You're probably about halfway through the Shadow Blade. You're at about 30 seconds.
So I run up here, and I'm going to throw the Shadow Blade at the archer, because I can. The second roll is 15.
With 15 damage, that you knock the skeleton over. It doesn't look knocked out. It just looks like it's been knocked prone. Your sword is just like sticking out of its forehead.
Now, does it do damage, or is that thing just not damaged?
It took 15 damage, and you can tell it's as bloody as a pile of bones can be bloody.
Ah, okay.
You probably have a little bit more movement if you want to use it.
Yeah, I might just step I don't know how fast that big thing is. I'm just gonna step down. I'm probably gonna go back like 2 spaces or.
The larger shadow walks a little bit to the side, and he starts to play some like harp music to go alongside the music box, and suddenly a pile of bones in the corner turns into like this monkey-shaped animal, and it starts to walk towards the shadow.
Okay, so there's shadow, monkey thing.
Monkey thing up here, yep.
Okay. And what's the shadow thing look like again? Just like a big shadow? That just basically did.
It looks humanoid. It looks like it has some hands and feet, but everything on the person is very like blurred out and like shadowy. You can't see what he was holding, but it looks like it was probably a harp, especially with the sound that it made.
Okay, well, screw it. I'm just gonna. So it's my turn?
Yes.
All right, I'm just gonna throw a lightning bolt at it. Because why not? I'm in that situation. It's a 13. Does that hit?
When you attack the shadow with it, something on his hands glows profusely orange, and the spell ends up being redirected at the monkey. So your lightning bolt hits the monkey, and it just destroys the monkey. The monkey dies.
It's gonna be like that. All right, it's fair. All right, I guess. Okay. Loaf's kind of like starting to like really like panic now. He's kind of like, oh, this ain't good. That was one of my better spells. So I start to like back up more toward like the door, and I try to like open it. I'm like pulling at it.
The door does not open.
I start kicking the door. I'm like, hey, come on, joke's over, right? Yeah, voice in the sky, joke's over. I'm done with this. Yeah, what you laughing about? What's the deal? Why am I even here? What are these things? And I point at the shadow and the skeleton that's still lying on the ground with. Who are you?
The voice in the sky does not reply, and the large shadow begins to run at you pretty quickly. And as he reaches you, he puts both of his hands on your shoulders.
Okay.
I want to ask Will/Loaf, do you have any ideas as to what is going on here?
I mean, I'm assuming that shadowy creature that reflected my blast is probably, would that be Yori's kind of like spirit trying to like recover me or like revive me? I don't know. Is that?
You believe that this is Yori's spirit, and in this moment, Yori turns from this shadowy figure with everything blurred out to the man that you know and love. And you guys are now able to see eye to eye, and you are in this large 100-foot by 100-foot room.
Yori, is that you?
Yeah.
Where am I? What's going on? What are all these things? What was that voice?
This is Death's realm. That was Death speaking to you.
Okay, all right. What do you mean by Death's realm? Like we were just walking, into some into the through the temple, and then I'm here. So what do you mean death? I don't remember dying. I didn't remember feeling pain. I had a weird dream though.
You collapsed, and I had to follow you. I knew I could get you back.
How did you? All right. Wait, how did you get here then? Did you die too? Or something?
Yes. It's complicated.
As you guys are conversating, you turn around and two more much larger shadowy figures that have wings arise out of the ground and start to like kind of dance around in the air and start to look at you guys aggressively and begin to fly your direction. If you would like to take an action before they reach you, you are more than welcome to do so.
DM, does my curse persist through death? Oh god, okay.
Is that from Agrabah, by the way?
Yes.
Yes, this is an Agrabah Heartless.
I 100% was expecting like Neo Shadows, so this is good. I like this.
Also, worth noting, David, you do not have access to your Dragon Ball. Everything else in your inventory has remained the same.
Okay, makes sense.
So, how did you die? As I'm like, kind of like just like leaning up against like the door kind of like staring at the flying shadow creatures, So, who wants to go first and attack those? One already hit me and it hurt pretty badly, so I didn't like that.
I'm gonna do my signature pirouette and Eldritch Blast, the one on the right. That's a 9 to hit. Oof.
A 9 does not hit.
As I completely whiff, I'll answer his question and say, well, things happen. Swords might end up in places that they shouldn't. It's whatever. I'd also...
Someone stabbed you?
Yeah, someone.
Oh, man.
I'd also like to move, like, right there.
So Loaf looks over and is just like, you can try again. Your aiming will improve next time.
Do you also want to have your archer make an attack?
Oh, yes. Where is he?
Was he in the upper left corner?
I would say he probably walked downwards with the party, so he's right around the center of the room, near the 2 flying enemies.
I'll also have him attack the same one that I did here on the right.
Okay.
That's a 2.
Hey,
I don't even know what his modifiers are.
2 doesn't hit.
Yeah. Yep. The skeleton's going to attack the same guy again. It's a 17.
A 17 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice. 5 plus 3 plus 4. That's 12 damage.
So I'm going to target the rightmost, or whatever. Yeah, him. I'm going to do a cantrip. So I'm going to just do Firebolt. 12.
A 12 does not hit.
Oh, dang. Okay, so it just flies on by then. Okay.
The firebolt just flies by the flying shadow.
Can I step over and just take my last 5 movement right behind the skeleton creature and just kind of cower over there?
Yes, that sounds good.
Okay. Then I will cower behind the skeleton. Okay. So.
The first enemy, the one on the left, is going to charge southward and head straight at the skeleton, and it is going to kick the skeleton. That is a 20 to hit.
Jeez, yeah, that hits.
And it does 10 damage.
I'm using magic missile next time because I don't want to miss.
It's then going to bring its fist from below and do an uppercut on the skeleton as well. That is a 10 to hit.
Does not hit. Nice.
So the skeleton stutters back and the shadow just completely whips the uppercut. The shadow on the right is going to fly straight south towards Yori and kick Yori as well.
Jeez.
That is a 12 to hit.
Does not hit.
Because he didn't land the kick, he's going to kick you again. This is an 18 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
7 damage to Yori.
Okay.
And that is the shadow's turn.
That's my turn now, right?
That's correct.
I'm going to use a bonus action to cast Spirit Shroud with my last spell slot.
Okay, which does?
You call forth spirits of the dead, which flit around you for the spell's duration, which is 1 minute concentration. The spirits are intangible and invulnerable until the spell ends. Any attack you make deals 1d8 extra damage when you hit a creature within 10 feet of you. This damage is radiant, necrotic, or cold. Your choice when you cast the spell. I'll pick necrotic. Any creature that takes this damage can't regain hit points until the start of your next turn. In addition, any creature of your choice that you can see that starts its turn within 10 feet of you has its speed reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn.
Wow.
When the spell is cast with a spell slot of 4th level or higher, the damage increases by 1d8 for every 2 slots above 3rd.
This is not concentration, right? This is just a spell that lasts a certain amount of time?
No, it is concentration.
Okay, that makes sense. Perfect. So the key thing here is that their movement speed is reduced by 10, and you deal an extra 1d8 damage when you deal damage to them, if they're within 10 feet.
Exactly. Yes. Yep.
Cool. I like it. And you only have 2 spell slots?
Yeah, yep.
Really?
I only have 2.
But you have a bunch of cantrips, right?
Yeah, I have cantrips that are powerful, and really I could boost one of them, but I choose not to because it's kind of lame.
Sounds good.
Cool. So the guy in front of me, I'm going to try and hit him with the Brawler's Gauntlet. Ooh, that's a natural 18, 23 to hit.
Not the frying pan.
Doesn't my Brawler's Glove do more damage?
Brawler's Gauntlet is 2d4.
It ends up being about the same.
And the skillet is 1d8 bludgeoning and 1d4 force damage to each other unit within 10 feet. Okay. Yeah, 2d4 is generally a safer play.
Plus the +5 to hit is pretty nice.
That's true.
Could he tape the skillet of death to his gauntlet and punch someone and do a 2d8,
Dude.
So you can't tape it, but he can hold them both, but no, it's just one or the other.
All right.
That's a good try, though.
It's a 23 to hit.
23 to hit does hit.
Nice. Ooh, double 4s. Took 8 damage. And they're probably going to resist necrotic, but I picked it because thematic. 7 points of necrotic damage. Probably half.
That's the 1d8.
That's correct.
Are you doing your gauntlets of the Great Wolf bonus as well?
Oh, crap. No. So that's an extra 3 necrotic. I always forget that that's on both.
Okay, so that means it's 8 bludgeoning, 10 necrotic.
Correct.
They are resistant to necrotic.
I should have picked Radiant. Ugh.
So it's going to be 8 and 5, which means 13 damage to this. To the shadow on the right, that's currently on top of Yori.
We are in a death realm, so,
Yeah. I'd like to command my skeleton to move up and away.
Okay. I think the shadow is going to make it an attack of opportunity.
Sure, that's fair.
18 to hit.
Ugh, yeah, it does.
7 damage to the skeleton.
Oof. Okay, still alive, still living. I'm gonna have my skeleton shoot at that guy.
Okay, make the attack.
Oh, that's a natural 20. It's on his last legs. He knows this is important. Ah, dang. I rolled a 1 and a 3, so 8 damage, and that's piercing.
8 damage has been dealt to the left shadow, 25 to the right shadow.
That's my turn. Oh, wait, no, it's not. I have one more with my archer. Dirty 20 to hit, 16 plus 4.
That hits.
Oh my god, 3 damage.
Okay.
You're really knocking them down.
He takes an additional 3 damage. It's 11 and 25.
Cool. And that's my turn.
Okay, so since there's kind of a gap between us, if I were to run away, that would not be an opportunity, right?
That's
Just
correct.
if I were to run a different direction. Okay, so I'm going to go back over here and peek around this side. I kind of run over here.
Okay, so you run towards the door.
And then I look over and I see that Yori looks like he's kind of pinned, though he did beat the guy up a little bit. And I'm going to use magic missile on the shadow creature that's basically pinning up against Yori. So the one that's right up to him.
Okay.
That
Go ahead and roll damage.
I did 9 damage.
The right shadow has taken 34 damage and is starting to look quite bruised.
Just a little bruised.
Just a little bit bruised, yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, man,
Good chonky.
I don't think I really have much of anything else I could do. What's this little thing sticking out on the little map? Maybe.
Yeah, so that is a mounted dragon head on the wall.
Oh, okay. So it's not really much for cover, but
It is not anything for cover, yeah.
yeah. Well,
But it's about 6 feet high, and it has multiple different teeth missing, but it looks like a rumble horn head.
I think he could have like 1/8 cover, right? Or 1/16.
yeah. what I'm
I'll
thinking.
give you 1/32 cover.
Okay.
Loaf feels mildly more comfortable just sliding on the other side of that 1/32 or whatever
Nice.
amount cover that you mentioned. So
The right shadow is going to lunge directly at Loaf.
Oh no.
It avoids all attacks of opportunity by having an ability called Flyby.
That's dumb.
And it flies over to Loaf and is going to kick Loaf.
can I use shield as a reaction?
Yes, you can.
An invisible barrier of magical force appears and protects me until the start of my next turn. I have +5 bonus to AC, including against triggering attack, and you take no damage from magic missile. So, either way, I just want to make a shield, basically.
Sweet. So That lasts until your next turn.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so you gain 5 extra AC. The roll is 15 to hit.
Ooh.
Yeah, hits.
6 damage.
Okay.
And because he kicked you, he is now going to try to uppercut you as well. That is a 13 to hit.
So that one does not hit.
So your shield successfully blocks that uppercut. The other shadow, the one that's been on the left-hand side, is going to fly directly at Yori.
What's his flying speed? He can get all the way from there to there. That's crazy.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30,
Okay,
35, 40. Yes, he can.
Okay, that's the.
He
Yeah.
is going to fly 40 feet directly at Yori. And kick you with an 18 to hit.
Oof, yeah, that hits.
Dealing 12 damage.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
He's then going to attempt to uppercut you.
How much health do you got left, Yori?
I've taken 19 damage. I'm at 38. I just count up.
That is a 14 to hit.
Does not hit. Heck yeah.
Okay. The one that's been on the right, it flew from Yori,
Mhm.
attacked Loaf, and is now going to fly away to the middle of the room.
And he has flyby, so no opportunity.
And he has flyby, so no attack of opportunity. At the end of their action, 2 more small shadows from before are going to climb out of the walls, one on the right wall and one in the bottom left wall.
Rough.
This is pretty rad. Oh,
And then we will pass to the top of the order. Yori, you're up.
cool. Ooh. Cool. I can double attack with my gauntlets because I have bonus action this turn. So I'm going to one punch the guy that's on top of me.
Okay.
That's a 14 to hit.
A 14 hits.
Oh, nice. I rolled 7 damage for bludgeoning, and
Okay.
the 3 for. Oh, crap! I should have rolled for concentration before I roll for spirit shroud. I'll
Yes.
see. Ooh, 19.
Okay, so you maintained concentration, so that Spirit Shroud is still up. So go ahead and roll that extra 1d8 of damage.
That's another 7, so 10 total necrotic damage.
10 necrotic damage cut in half is 5, and then it was 7 bludgeoning, so that's an additional 12 damage. So this guy has taken 23 damage, and the other one has taken 34.
Cool. I'm gonna command my skeleton to attack the guy that flew to the center of the room. Oh my gosh, that's an 8 to hit.
Your skeleton does not seem to be very proficient with this weapon. It doesn't go anywhere near the flying shadow, and the shadow just kind of starts to laugh, and it sounds just like death.
Oh,
Loaf sighs and he's like, "Yep, we're dead again." Great.
you can't die twice. We're fine. What are you talking about? He's gonna shoot him again.
I don't know. I'm hurting.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I can die a second time.
It's a 13 to hit.
A 13 meets beats.
Oh, okay. Ooh, nice. 6 piercing damage.
That shadow has taken 40 damage.
And he's not dead? That is wild. That's my turn. That's all I can do.
Okay, Loaf is up.
Loaf, in the matter of a turn's amount of time, within 6 seconds, pats his clothes a little bit because they were a bit dirty. That was the first 2 seconds. He's going to then now use the remainder of his time to then look at the most beat up looking shadow in the center of the room. He plans to then,
Just concentrate really hard.
yeah, he's going to use Mind Spike on it.
Yeah. Just think
So-
at him real hard.
Yeah.
I need to make a dexterity save, is that right?
Yes.
Wisdom. Is it dex?
Wisdom save. I think it's a wisdom save.
Wisdom saving throw. That's what it's saying. Yep.
My wisdom save is a 19.
So half damage, basically. Okay.
Yes, that's correct. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh boy. All right.
It's half and you don't know where he is? Is that how it works? Or?
So you don't have the mind link, but I don't think that's particularly helpful
Yeah.
in this scenario anyway. So half damage, go ahead and roll that for that.
If you split it in half, it's 9. I rolled 18.
that the shadow just kind of dissipates, and it is gone.
Yeah, nice.
Can I just like squeeze behind Yori? I'm just gonna like creep. Hey Yori,
Sure.
hey, what's up? How's it going?
Can you fit?
I'm gonna try to squeeze. Yeah, and I said squeeze because you're
Makes
pretty
sense.
hard pressed to the wall. But I'm just gonna. Loaf sucks in his stomach and kind of just like shimmies behind Yori and like kind of peers over his shoulder, looking at the other flying shadow in front of him.
Okay.
Thanks for the support, bud.
I'm like, hey Yori,
Hi.
tough in here, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. And the shadows are going to make their turns. The small shadow on the left-hand side is going to walk up to the skeleton archer. It is then going to scratch it. It's an 11 to hit.
Ooh, does not hit. Oof.
Okay. The other shadow is going to shrink into the wall
Okay.
and disappear.
Oh, he's gonna bite some dirty crap.
I have a roll for hiding that if you want to look for him, you'd have to beat. The shadow that is currently on top of Yori with then Loaf directly behind is going to kick Yori. It is a 23 to hit
my
with
God.
the kick.
Yeah, that hits. Just kicking me in the ribs.
4 damage bludgeoning.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and roll for concentration purposes.
It's a 13 plus 4, 17.
Sounds like a save to me.
I always forget what concentration you have to roll against.
The DC equals 10 or half the damage you take, whichever is higher.
Gotcha.
The remaining flying shadow is going to dart across the entire room over to the skeleton and do a uppercut as it arrives with a 21 to hit.
That hits. Yep. My guy's dead.
9 damage.
Yeah.
Bludgeoning.
Yeah, he's dead.
So your skeleton collapses on the ground in a pile of bones, and we'll pass back to you guys.
See, prove my point. Even a skeleton can die here. Look at that. We're dead again. We're gonna die a second time.
No, I think we'll be fine.
It just said, how much life does Yori have? Or I'm just wondering.
I've got 15 health left.
You're saying, yeah, we'll be fine. You're just like
be
bloodied
fine.
and beaten.
We'll be fine. Yeah.
It's okay.
My nose is bleeding just a little bit.
Since I'm technically like pinned up against him, if he needs a potion, could he technically just reach into my pocket since I'm basically squished up against him and then use one?
I have no problem with him using one of your potions as his action.
Hey, you can use one. I have a lot of potions here. I don't see how it makes a difference if we're gonna die anyway. But if you want to live a longer, if that we're already dead, but live dead longer, you can take a potion.
Sure. I'm weighing my options. Can I get within 10 feet of him? Probably not.
I do have a question. This is like a little. I'm wondering. You know that Goblin King guy?
Yeah.
Squee, yes.
Yeah, was he in my bag when I died, or was he out? I forget.
He was not. He was out.
Ah, dang.
Yeah.
I was going to use this immortal guy as a shield or something. It's okay. All right.
I'm at 15. Yeah, I'll reach in his bag and take a healing potion. As I pull the potion out of Loaf's bag, I'm gonna drink it and start moonwalking backwards towards the guys on the opposite side of the room,
Okay.
just as far as I can go, and then kind of signature pirouette and kind of grab like around my like upper pant kind of crotch area and go hee hee, and
Jeez.
Okay. Perfect.
so
I
I'm-
like
I'm-
it.
I spun and I'm facing them, and I did that at them, like intimidatingly.
Okay, do you want to roll intimidation? I'll let you roll intimidation. Go ahead and roll.
Do I have advantage since they definitely know that I'm like?
They definitely know it's a reference to something. Yeah, so they're definitely scared. No advantage though.
No advantage. Oh, that's a nat one.
They look at you and they're extremely confused, and in fact they seem irritated by it overall, and they intend to approach you at their earliest convenience.
All right, cool.
Loaf, I think you're up.
Loaf, while observing that's like, good idea. Now they want to hit you, not me. That was great. Yell that. Anyway, all right. While he's doing his Michael Jackson stunt, I'm going. I love it. Okay. I'm gonna use magic missile again on the small guy because it has a long range of 120 feet.
Okay.
Oh wow. All right. Well, not bad. So 11 damage.
The bolts hit the shadow, and you can see him kind of like burn in agony as he just kind of fizzles into the ground and disappears.
I mean, Yori's probably going to get punched for that stunt, so I probably don't have... I'm going to move away from the wall, though, just because of the other shadow kind of like got all hidden. So I'm going to move closer to the center, adjacent Yori, but...
Go ahead and roll perception on the shadow that's in the wall.
Okay. Nope.
What'd you roll?
A 3.
As you're scanning for it on the wall, it jumps out of the southern wall and catches you by surprise and goes to scratch your face.
Crud.
And he rolls a 13 to hit.
Yep. He hits. That jerk. He wasn't distracted with MJ over there?
6 slashing damage.
Okay.
The flying shadow is going to fly directly at Yori and go to kick him. 23 to hit.
Oof, yeah. I need to pick up Hellish Rebuke, honestly. Like, just to have a reaction. But that is a spell slot, so I don't know.
11 damage.
Oh, boy.
The uppercut that you've come to expect after the kick is a 6 to hit.
Does not hit.
And due to the Spirit Shroud, go ahead and roll concentration for me, actually.
Oh, yep. Oh, that's a 10.
Meets beats.
Meets beats.
So, with the Spirit Shroud still being active, the shadow is unable to continue any movement because it's 10 movement slower. So, it's done. So, both the shadows have acted. We are moving back to the top of the order. You're up.
Cool. I'm gonna just do a 1-2.
In rhythm, or?
Oh, crap. Yeah. What am I gonna pull out? Can I, like, pretend like I'm playing bongos and just kind of, like, rock back and forth? And then as one of the bongo hits is, like, one here and one there. That's a 13 to hit.
A 13 does hit. Go ahead and roll.
It's 5 damage plus 11 necrotic.
We'll cut that in half, so it goes to 6 necrotic and 5 bludgeoning. So that's 11 more damage.
Nice. Okay.
Putting it at 34 damage taken. And then you have one more punch to make.
Yes. Ooh! 16.
16 hits.
1d4. Okay. Ah, and I rolled a 4. Nice. 4 bludgeoning and 5 total necrotic.
So that's going to be 3 necrotic and 4 bludgeoning.
Yes.
Putting it to 41 damage taken.
Oh my gosh, he's so close.
He definitely looks bruised, and he starts to... You can tell that he is just barely still holding on.
Cool.
And we move to Loaf's turn.
Loaf decides, he's going to spam his favorite ability. He's going to do, because he still has 2 more level 1 and 1 more level 2. So he's going to use Magic Missile again and split it between the 2 creatures to the 2 shadows.
Okay. How many missiles do you have, and where are you splitting them?
So I get 3 missiles. So I'm going to use 1 missile and then 2 on the weaker shadow directly in front of me that doesn't fly.
Go ahead and roll the 1 on the flyer first.
4 damage.
The bolt lands, and the shadow falls to the ground and just sinks into the floor and is gone.
Nice.
And then the other 2 bolts. So 6 damage to the weaker shadow that's remaining.
The other 2 bolts hit the smaller shadow, and he definitely lunges back, but he is not taken down.
Now, since he stuttered, can I use my movement to move out of the way without getting attacked at? Or...
Sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Loaf takes the opportunity to run around Yori and hide behind him and cower. I'm in pain. So are you, but
Yeah,
I'm
pretty hurt.
Yeah, you look pretty rough. You look almost as bad as me.
And the shadow approaches Yori
You got this, bud.
and goes to scratch him.
Can I say, oof, I was going to pull the I know your dad card. But I don't know what I say.
Do you want to like strike a pose and try to look threatening?
I'm going to do like a kind of a flamenco style pose, like one arm kind of up and the other like very poised, and be like, I command you to stop, and intimidate him. like
Go
not
ahead and roll intimidation.
cool. Ooh, 13 plus, I think that's charisma, isn't it?
Yes.
17.
With the 17, the shadow shrinks into the ground and goes beneath you, and it pops up
Oh
underneath
my god.
Loaf and attempts to scratch Loaf instead
All right.
Yeah.
with a 6 to hit because
Nice.
he is freaking out right now. He's not feeling good after that flamingo pose. That kinda scarred him.
Flamenco, not flamingo.
Flamenco. What's a flamenco pose?
Look at flamenco.
Neither is Loaf at this point. Though.
Oh, a flamenco pose.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking exactly.
Like up on one leg, like.
I was honestly thinking a flamenco pose, but
Okay.
I was imagining it as a flamingo, like a bird instead of a person. Not important. Okay. The shadow attempts to scratch Loaf and fails to do so. It is now back to the top of the order where Yori.
Okay. Ooh, how am I gonna do this? So he's like sandwiched in between us.
Yes.
Do I get advantage because we're flanking?
Yeah, you have advantage with flanking.
Okay. I'm already in the flamenco pose. I'm gonna kind of do like a wishy-washy, like one arm up, one arm down, and then like kind of swap them back and forth, and twirl around and sock them with my big boy glove.
Okay, go ahead and make the attack roll.
Ooh, nice. 17 to hit. Ooh, double 4s for bludgeoning,
Thank
plus
you, Dad.
3 necrotic, and 8 more necrotic. Oh my gosh. 11 necrotic, 8 bludgeoning. That guy is toast.
That shadow dissipates as well, and you have successfully defeated all of the enemies that have spawned. And at this point, a large orange figure appears directly behind you, Loaf, and he starts to have this laugh as he appears just out of nowhere.
Welcome to the Death Realm. You have proven yourself a worthy component of my return to the realm. Return to the Shadow Temple at once and finish your mission. Yori, guide him well.
I will.
And Loaf, as you look at this figure, it's a large figure with like an orange flaming skull with 2 large horns, and his body appears to be bone-like. He's wearing a large cape with an orange glow. In his left hand, he's holding a lantern by his side. He lifts up his right hand, and he snaps, and you guys both wake up in the Shadow Temple, back in your own bodies. Yori seemingly healed from his stab wound in his chest, and you guys all are alive again.
I get up and I kind of like, because I'm dizzy, because that was kind of like a lot for me to grasp, and I kind of just walk over and start throwing up in the corner.
No.
That's perfect.
A lot of that's a lot of build up, getting pulled back from like the death,
Yeah.
the realm where I'm dying and stuff. So yeah, obviously I'm gonna be throwing up. I'm just like, oh god, what was that? What even happened? My head hurts.
Yeah.
And the puking is, I think, a great way to end the episode. At some point, Death's going to send you in there, and Loaf is going to fight you. He won't know it's you, and you're not going to want to fight him. Is that correct?
Oh, definitely not.
So if Loaf cannot see your face, all he sees is like a spiritual, orange glowing head beast. How would Yori portray to Loaf that it's you?
Oh. Can I talk? Like, do I have a voice?
Nope. You have
Like
all your stuff.
Okay.
You have your backpack. You have all of the stuff just like before. The only thing you don't have is your dragon.
Okay.
All of your stuff would be obscured by darkness.
Okay.
What do you think Yori would do in order to prove that you're not trying to hurt him? I have to know this answer before I have him fight you. I can't put you in the lobby, otherwise he'll know it's you.
Yeah, that's a fair assumption. I would say, I mean, I know he's seen me like resurrect a skeleton before.
Okay.
I'd say I do that and just hope he gets it. I mean, I think that's the best. And I won't command the skeleton to attack him.
But you'll resurrect the skeleton. Are there any other ideas that you have? Things that could trigger him noticing it was you?
I'm trying to think. What else have I done? If I like showed him my medallion, then he, like if I like ripped it off, he would just see like a shadow.
Correct. But the effects of your items are still active.
Ooh. Oh god. Can I like summon my skeleton and then play the lyre and have like an animal attack?
You could. Any other
Okay.
final ideas before I go ahead and move to Loaf?
Either one of those would be my guess. I mean, I can't think of much else.
Okay, I think that'll be enough.
Okay.
I might throw one in there that I come up with. If he doesn't get it,
Okay.
I might help you out.
But yeah, definitely not attacking him if I can help it at all.
And this episode was voiced by Harrison Clark as Art, William Brito as Loaf, David Kelly as Yori, and edited and DM'd by Harrison Weiss. Please follow us on X at Tides of Terragos or on Patreon at patreon.com/Tides of Terragos.
And go hee hee. I'm trying to be serious, but that was really funny.
Nice.